Jammu and Kashmir. Very good percentage of voting if we compare it to the voting that took place earlier in 2014, 2019. 23.57% is the approximate voter turnout till now. West Bengal continues to rule the roost, 51.87%. It is the highest if we compare to all the states and union territories going to polls today, closely followed by Madhya Pradesh, which has a good turnout of about 49%. These are the turnouts till 1 p.m., about an hour and a few minutes back. These figures, of course, are approximate figures. And Jammu and Kashmir, though if you compare it to the national average, is lowest at 23.57%, but Jammu and Kashmir always goes to polls amid boycott calls, etc. The last time around in the Srinagar constituency, which is going to poll, it was hardly less than 15%. And this time, by just half a day through, with 5 more hours left for polling, 5 more hours left for polling, 23.57% is a good percentage. Aarti Tikku, senior journalist, now joins me on that. Aarti, I saw that report of yours where you were on the cricket field, interviewing cricketers. Give us a sense of what are people voting there for? How is it different, say, from pre-August 2019?
Well, I can certainly recall that in 2019 elections, parliamentary elections, I was here, in fact, covering elections, and there were hardly any people coming out of their homes, going to polling booths. There was an environment of gloom and doom. But in the last few days, in fact, last couple of weeks, my experience on the ground after traveling across South Kashmir and also Central Kashmir, what I can tell you is that there is almost a kind of celebration, almost a very clear acceptance of 2019 decision, which was abrogation of Article 370. And as you remember, many people have claimed that Kashmir was not going to accept it. But after having spoken to people on the ground today, I can very confidently say that people have gone past that decision, in fact, and now are really looking forward to development, looking forward to opportunities in employment. They are now talking about what all privatization can happen in Kashmir. I spoke to a number of youth, and the most striking thing really was that first time in my journalistic experience in the last 25 years in Kashmir, people were saying, young men were saying that they were going to vote and not, stay home, which is a departure from the trend where most young people in Kashmir used to go for boycott of elections. Most young people would actually, wear black wristbands or wear black headbands towards the elections. But that is absent now, and there is a clear celebration of democracy. Even as you pointed out that, it's 23% polling so far in Srinagar parliamentary constituency. But I think, it is significant because in the last 2019 parliamentary elections, Srinagar polled just 14% votes. Right. And from that to 23% till 1 p.m., I think is a huge improvement, and also goes to show that people have reposed their faith in Indian democracy. They are reposing their faith in the Indian Constitution, and that's a huge vindication of the stand that the government of India had taken in 2019 by abrogating Article 370, which the government has always said was actually a barrier between people in Kashmir and the rest of India. So I think overall it's a happy outcome today so far in Srinagar.
All right. Aarti, even while you spoke, we were playing visuals in one of our windows where we saw Farooq Abdullah and his son Omar Abdullah come out and vote. I'll come back to you because both the NC and the PDP say when they went into polls. They were urging people to come out and vote, but they said express your dissent. We'll get to the politics of it. Let me also get my colleague Rama Tyagi, who's joining us from Srinagar. Rama, Aarti was saying she sees a perceptible change. Is that what you sense on the ground when you go out and see people queuing up? Is there a newfound optimism that pre-2019 era is over? People want jobs, people want development, they are done with boycott. This time around, perhaps, if my memory serves right, in the recent past, like no violence, not a single incident of violence so far.
Yes, Amritpal, a big change we are witnessing over here. People are coming out of their houses since morning, and right now there is not those kind of long queues here in Srinagar, but from Pulwama, Budgam and other far-flung areas, still we are getting the news that people are in long queues and they are coming out of their houses and without fear they are voting. They are saying that now they are free to vote. They didn't get any kind of threat call, any kind of boycott calls. And now they are voting on their own, on their will, and they want a big change over here because I talked to some of the senior citizens. They were saying that the era they have witnessed, that was the era of terrorism, that was the era of suppression, that was the era of fear. So people are now free from that fear, and they wanted that their new generation would not face that kind of things, that kind of whatever they have seen in their past. When I talked to you, they were saying that they want now new opportunities, they want now new ways. They want better educational institutes. They want better opportunities, new avenues. No industry was here, but now new industry policy has come here. So they are seeing a new kind of future here, and that's why they are
coming out and voting.
Big change. It's a big change, and people are voting for change this time.
All right, Rama, I'll have to thank you here. Thank you very much for joining us from Srinagar. Let me go back to Aarti Tikku. Aarti, what do we make, the Abdullahs and even the Muftis are saying, please come out and vote. They're urging people to come out and vote. But they say, express your dissent through the vote. How do we read that? Is it typically political doublespeak on their part, or is there still a sentiment on abrogation of Article 370?
Well, look, if you speak to the ordinary voter, I would say that he's far, far intelligent than what is actually granted to him. Most people are fully aware that Article 370 cannot be restored. In fact, most people I spoke to said that Article 370 mattered only to the PDP and the National Conference leadership, and it did not mean anything for ordinary Kashmiris. It did not change their lives after abrogation of Article 370. And in fact, most people said that it made no difference earlier, and it made no difference after 2019 as far as their lives are concerned. Their problems, whether it's about unemployment, about development, about opportunities, they have, in fact, according to people, have remained the same, and it hasn't made any difference to their lives. What has made a difference really is the fact that people are now openly talking, openly expressing their feelings, their opinions without the
fear of the gun.
Intimidation caused by gun violence, intimidation caused by rioting, caused by terror and encounters, that harassment that young kids faced through these decades, that has gone. And as I have shown, in fact, after traveling and speaking to youth who are openly bashing the government, bashing political parties, bashing everybody, but their focus really is employment, development. They're least concerned about Article 370. They think that political parties which are still harping on Article 370 are lying, and they know that it's nothing but their own politics, their own interest, self-interest or vested interest, and it has nothing to do with common people. I think that sense is very deep across different generations, not only youngsters but also elders who at most places, in fact, in the hotbeds of separatism and separatist violence, people told me Article 370 cannot be restored, and they do not buy this double speak.
So it's not an issue for the people. People want development. People want jobs. Come out, vote. Like the rest of India does, criticize political parties, do criticize political parties, all parties, whoever you believe are not performing, but come out and exercise your votes, and those are the issues that matter to people. For the political parties, especially the valley-based parties, they want to be in parliament, they want Srinagar, they want Anantnag, they want Baramulla, but yet they will keep playing their politics that they play in the valley. When they come to Delhi, they'll sing another tune. Aarti Tikku, many thanks for joining us for the moment.
Thank you.